In this video, I'll guide you through how to add environment variables in Vercel so you can securely manage things like API keys and other configuration values for your projects. To get started, open your browser and go to Vercel's website. Make sure you're signed into your account. If you're already logged in, you should land on your Vercel dashboard where you can see an overview of your projects. If not, just log in as you normally would and you'll be taken there. From the main dashboard, look for the section or navigation item labeled Projects. This is where all of your deployed applications live. Click on Projects to open the list. Take a moment to find the specific project where you want to add environment variables. It might help to quickly scan the project names or use search if you have a lot of projects. Once you've located the project you want to work with, you'll see three small dots next to that project's name or on its card. These three dots usually indicate more options. Click on those dots to open the project menu. This is where Vercel groups additional actions and settings related to that specific project. In the menu that appears, click on Settings. This takes you to the project's settings page where you can control various aspects like domains, Git integrations, and of course, environment variables. The settings page may have multiple sections or a sidebar. Don't worry, we'll focus only on what we need. On the settings page, look for the section labeled Environment Variables. This is the dedicated area where you can create, view, and manage your environment variables for this project. Click on Environment Variables to open that section. You should now see any existing variables listed if you've created some before, or an empty state if this is your first time. Now, to add a new variable, click on the button that says Add Environment Variable. This will open a small form or row where you can enter the details of the variable. This is the key part of the process, so go slowly and double check what you type. First, enter the key. The key is the name of the environment variable that your application will use in the code, often written in uppercase with underscores like next public API URL or database URL. Make sure you use the exact name your application expects. Next, enter the value. This is the actual data you want to store, such as a URL, a token, or some other configuration string. Type it carefully because any typo here could cause your app to misbehave. Remember, environment variables are meant for sensitive or environment-specific data, so avoid hard coding these values directly in your codebase. After you've entered the key and value, choose which environments this variable should apply to. Vercel typically lets you select from options like development, preview, and production. For example, you might use one API key for development and a different one for production. Select the environments that make sense for this particular variable. Once everything looks correct, the key, the value, and the selected environments, go ahead and click Save. Vercel will store your new environment variable and associate it with the selected environments for this project. In many cases, you'll need to redeploy your project or trigger a new deployment for the changes to take effect in your running application. And that's it. You've successfully added an environment variable in Vercel, giving you a safer and more flexible way to configure your application across different environments.